Dear Executive Director of IRACA, Program Coordinator from ICAAP, Course Coordinator, participants from Nepal, Thailand, India, the Philippines, Myanmar, Kenya and Switzerland, Namaste and Ohayo gozaimasu. First of all, I am very much pleased to express my heartfelt thanks to the Institute for the Development of Agriculture Cooperative in Asia, IRACA, and Executive Director Mr. Hiro Fumi Kobayashi for providing me this opportunity in this important training course for women leaders organized by International Cooperative Alliance, Asia and the Pacific. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the Government of Japan, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries MAF for supporting ICA to this model program for fostering the women leaders in the world since a long time. I am very much happy to share you my experience, ideas while being involved in the cooperative movement in Nepal and abroad. It is very much challenging for the women to come out independently in men-dominated society in which men hold all power, authorities, leadership, economic and social privilege and control over the female. This is general nature of developing countries like Nepal is similar to other countries. This type of social evils has to be overcome not only from the slogan but from policy improvement, awareness and education. In fact, my horizon of thinking and understanding the universe is significantly widened after I took part in the ICA Japan training course on fostering women conducted in 2008. At that time, I was chairperson of primary cooperatives. After I came back from Japan, I tried to reform my cooperative based on my learning and exposure. Dear participants, the development of any countries depends on the work and creativity put in by both male and female in every sector of economy. Being women in the men-dominated societies, it would be inspiring for you all to see the ladder of leadership position in cooperative. Currently, I am representing in the International Cooperative Alliance ICA as a global board member since November 17, 2017 as a promotional body of old cooperative movement. ICA is committed to unites, represents and serve cooperative worldwide for supporting cooperative and deepening cooperative identity. ICA is active in lobbying, advocacy and promotional functions in collaboration with the government and non-government regional and international organizations to create the favorable environment to grow cooperative permanently. In the time of COVID-19 pandemic, ICA has been speed off its service virtually. I am happily serving as a global board member and involved in lobbying, advocacy and development of cooperative worldwide. Additionally, this creates an opportunity for me and my representing organization in Nepal to grow, learn and share diverse cooperative experiences in the global forum. Currently, I am also serving as a senior vice chairperson of National Cooperative Federation of Nepal NCF since 2019. National Cooperative Federation of Nepal, which is the national apex body of all type and level of cooperative in Nepal. The main function of NCF is to continuously lobbying, creating and enabling environment in cooperative legislation, promotion and development. Now let me share some facts on how I started my journey in cooperative from national to international cooperative movement as women cooperator, leader, and continue my efforts to achieve the success. First of all, it is my strong belief on the cooperative business model for the economic, social, cultural, and environmental happiness of common people. So, we founded Primary Saving and Credit Cooperative SACCOs in Kathmandu since 1998. It is called Reliable SACCOs. Later, I became the chairperson in Reliable in 2001 and has continuously been leading it till now. Reliable SACCOs is an active member of District Saving and Credit Cooperative Kathmandu. I got an opportunity to be national representative in National Cooperative Federation of Nepal. This was a gateway of my journey for serving the national and international cooperative organization in order to boost up the agriculture for the betterment of farmer members. I also decided to promote and strengthen agriculture cooperative in my district. Currently, I am leading District Agriculture Cooperative Union Lalitpur as chairperson and representative in the National Cooperative Federation from there. I realize that the training and education enlighten and provide us the knowledge and skill for understanding and operating the cooperative. So, I decided to take part in the diploma course in cooperative education and management from National Center for Cooperative Education NCCE, India, which enabled me to become a first women cooperative leader in Nepal. After coming back from diploma course, I started to think with new horizon as the training and workshop empowered me to work boldly from 2005. I felt the meaning and responsibility of cooperative leadership to be accountable to the members. I never stopped my journey with dedication, courage, and hope. The visit to Switzerland during ICA conference and general meeting in 2009 further enabled me to be more active and replicate the learning in my home country. Considering my contribution to serve as cooperative expert, I became a member of Board of Directors in National Cooperative Development Board NCDB from 2009 for 2 terms. NCDB is a semi-government entity established to provide the legislative and policy backup to the government of Nepal. I was really inspired by Madam Pauline Green. She is my role model of my cooperative career. Madam Pauline Green, she is the first female president in ICA who lead the World Cooperative Body from 2009 to 2015. I wrote later for the inclusive in cooperative sector and empowered from her support. After that period, I committed to work proactively for the development of cooperative sector in Nepal through National Cooperative Federation of Nepal. Since that time, I was aware to work for the enhancement of youth and women in cooperative. Japanese cooperative movement is the example of my everyday life. The ICA-AP Regional Assembly and ICA Japan training course for women held in Japan was milestone not only in view of learning but also to expand the mutual coordination and relationship among the cooperators and the leader from Asia and the Pacific countries. Another turning point of my life is to be a member from the cooperative sector in the Constitutional Assembly in Nepal. I struggled and lobbied for the better policy for the inclusion and sustainable development. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that we became success in recognizing cooperative as one of the pillars of economic development of Nepal together with public and private sector. The Constitution of Nepal 2015 reflects the holistic development of nation as well as explore the possibility of women participation and leadership. Based on the Constitution of Nepal 2015, the Cooperative Act 2017 compulsory provisioned 33% women participation in leadership position in cooperative sector. Furthermore, my exposure and participation in different countries in Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe and Australia exposed me on the diverse cooperative practice, especially in women's role in sustainable development, cooperative and mutual cooperation, leadership and women development, microfinance and women involvement, cooperatives and circular economy, international ministerial and parliamentarian seminar and conference, ICA Congress, ICA Global Board meeting, etc. Dear fellow cooperators, unless the women are free from any financial burden in the family, we cannot imagine their self-dependent. Now the scenario is changed. The traditional female role, caretaker, cum domestic help, has been replaced with the women-owned small enterprises. It has impact with the financial independency of women, employment generation and national income too. This has recognized the women's role in generating self-employment and eradication of poverty. The access of poor to the financial service and proper financial management is important for the elevation of the poverty level. Microfinance is an effective means or entry point for improving women. So I had decided to join in the financial cooperative firstly. Dear participants, as it is very clear that working as a women leader in country like Nepal is both a challenge and opportunity. I have passed different hurdles and sweet memories of my lifetime. Selflessly, I have been involved in various sectors as a cooperator and social activist. Specifically, in the social rehabilitation of women and children's education in the remote areas of Nepal, which I am continuously this day as well. Apart from all these, I got opportunity to serve in diverse sectors so far since I accumulated lifetime experiences in different sides of cooperative and social inclusion. The awards, honors and certificates received from different national and international level also empowered me to work boldly in this sector, such a Peace Ambassador. After receiving the Suprabal Janaseva Shri Award from the Government of Nepal, it is a higher level award in social service sector. Moreover, I had received Constitution Assembly Award, which is the national level valuable award of the country. Cooperative is my lifelong journey. I have the honor to share with you that I was the first women executive board of director, first women vice chairperson and first women senior vice chairperson in the National Cooperative Federation of Nepal. I was an expert board member in National Cooperative Development Board NCDB. Moreover, I got an opportunity as first women cooperative representative on Constitution Assembly member and member of Legislative Parliament, the first history of Nepal to be elected as a woman ICA Global Board member and working to develop international cooperative policy, representing National Cooperative Federation of Nepal and active in ICA Identity Committee and Governance Committee members. In this way, I was able to be a rising women cooperative leader from the Asian region. I also humbly request you all to be committed on cooperative values, principles and objectives as cooperative are very potential to work in the global goals. No one is left behind is in the DNA of SDG and cooperatives. Keep it up. In this outset, I would like to encourage all the inspiring women, leaders and cooperators around the world to work hard in your own cooperative organization and with clear vision, mission and objectives. Focus in your priorities and desires, serve selflessly and be competent in every step of life. Never give up your values, just we have to show our words into practice. Success is in your hand. I would like to once again thanks to all concerned agencies, individual and motivated participants for this great moment. I would like to request all through this forum to work continuously for the development of cooperatives, members and community tirelessly. Wish you all the best for your future career and good time ahead. Namaste and sayonara.
मान्य श्री ओम डीबी मल्ल।
सम्माननीय सभामुख महोदय, सबैभन्दा पहिला त म अर्थ समितिमा पनि हामीले यो सहकारीको विधेयकको लागि एउटा उपसमिति बनाएका थियौँ र त्यसको लागि म धेरै उपसमितिलाई र पुरा अर्थ समितिलाई धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र जसको अथक प्रयासको कारण चाहिँ आज सहकारी ऐन आज चाहिँ प्रस्तावित ऐन चाहिँ यहाँ टेबल हुन सकेको छ। त्यसको लागि म धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। त्यस्तै पूर्व सहकारी मन्त्री माननीय हृदयराम थानी दाइलाई पनि म धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। त्यस्तै अहिले प्रस्तावित गर्नुभयो जुन चाहिँ माननीय हाम्रो सहकारी तथा गरिबी निवारण मन्त्री अम्बिका बस्नेतज्यूलाई नि म धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। र वास्तवमा यो ऐनले आज चाहिँ 2048 सालपछि झन्डै 26 वर्षपछि यो सहकारी ऐन आएको छ। यसमा हामीले अति नै गौरवान्वित गरेका छौँ। हुन त कुनै पनि ऐन आफैमा पूरक हुँदैन, त्यसमा केही न केही कुराहरू थपघट गर्नुपर्छ। त्यो बावजुद पनि सहकारी ऐन आज धेरै 2-3 वर्षको अथक प्रयासपछि हामीले यहाँ पास गराउन यहाँ आएका छौँ। त्यसको लागि म अति नै खुसी छु। र वास्तवमा यहाँ धेरैजना माननीय ज्यूहरूले भन्नुहुन्छ तिम्रो सहकारीमा त यति धेरै इन्ट्रेस्ट लिन्छ अरे हो भन्ने एकदम नचाहिदो एउटा भ्रम सिर्जना चाहिँ भइरहेको छ। र यो ऐनले स्पष्ट के गरेको छ भने राम्रो कुरा, कुनै पनि सहकारीमा वित्तीय कारोबार गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ 6% को मात्रै त्यसको चाहिँ डिफरेन्स हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा यो ऐनले ल्याएको छ राम्रो पक्षमा। अर्को कुरा जुन अन्तर सहकारी लगानी भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो ऐनमा आएको थिएन, पछि हामीले धेरै सङ्घर्ष गरेपछि यो राखियो। जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय 7वटा सिद्धान्त मध्ये कोअपरेसन एमङ कोअपरेटिभ भन्ने हाम्रो अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सिद्धान्तमै छ, त्यो कुरालाई मिनिमाइज भएको थियो र त्यो कुरा अहिले आएको छ, जसले गर्दा सहकारी चाहिँ एकदम स्ट्रङ हुने हामीले देखेका छौँ। अर्को कुरा, कति व्यक्तिहरूले लोन लिने र त्यो लोन नतिर्ने भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ आएको थियो। त्यसको लागि चाहिँ कुन सहकारीले कुन सदस्यले कहाँबाट पैसा लियो भनेर जसरी ब्याङ्कहरूमा हेर्न मिल्छ त्यस्तै अहिले कर्जा सूचनाको कुरा आएको छ, त्यो एकदम राम्रो पक्ष हो। अर्को कुरा, हाम्रो कर्जा असुली न्यायाधिकरण छैन र एउटा कसैले लोन लियो भने ब्याङ्कको लोन चाहिँ खाइ नखाइ नि तिर्ने, तर सहकारीको लोन चाहिँ वर्षौँसम्म नतिर्ने र उल्टो मन्त्रीलाई एज अ राजनीतिक दलहरूलाई पनि चाहिँ एउटा सोर्स लाउन जाने जुन चाहिँ एउटा अपच्य कुराहरू भइरहेको छ, त्यो पनि अहिले यो कर्जा असुली न्यायाधिकरणले चाहिँ राम्रो गर्छ भन्ने कुरा यसमा आएको छ। र भर्खरै हाम्रो पूर्व सबैभन्दा पहिला बोल्ने माननीयज्यूले भन्नुभएको थियो सहकारीमा चाहिँ कारबाही हुँदैन के हुँदैन भन्ने कुरा जुन ल्याउनु भएको थियो। अहिलेको यो ऐनमा स्पष्ट रूपमा के लेखेको छ भने अब सहकारीमा कुनै पनि सञ्चालकले बदमासी गर्यो भने उसलाई 10 वर्षसम्म जेल सजाय हुन सक्ने कुरा यसमा स्पष्ट रूपमा ल्याएको छ। म त्यो जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। अर्को कुरा एकदमै डिपोजिट चाहिँ मोनोपोली चाहिँ छ सहकारीमा भन्नुभएको थियो, तर सहकारीमा चाहिँ सदस्यभन्दा बाहिरकोलाई कारोबार गर्यो भने उसलाई चाहिँ कारबाही हुने पनि यो ऐनमा आएको कुरा म उहाँलाई जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। अर्को हाम्रो जीवन मान्यज्यूले एकदमै राम्रो कुरा उठाउनु भयो। अहिले एउटा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय जगतमा र नेपालमै पनि पहिला PPP मोडल थियो भने अहिले PPC मोडल भनेर जुन आइराखेको बेलामा अहिले चाहिँ एकदम कृत्रिम यसमा 2-3टा नराम्रो पक्षमा एउटा कृत्रिम व्यक्तिलाई चाहिँ सेयर दिन नपाउने